Well, there you go. You can see that live in living color if you check it out at Merivale High School. Yeah, there you go. I did it. Catch Me If You Can is coming. We're looking forward to that. With us right now, a couple of the amazing actors, students at Merivale High School. We have Ryan Pedersen with us right now, who is playing the role of Frank Abagnale Jr. You're like Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, it's some big shoes to fill there.
Big shoes to fill. Dexter Hunter-Laroche is playing the role of Carl Hanratty, and of course in the movie, which came out in the early 2000s, it was Mr. Tom Hanks.
That's correct.
Like that. Okay, so Ryan, tell us about young Frank.
Well, Frank is something that a lot of people want to talk about with the musical is, does it really portray how Frank Abagnale Jr. ticked in real life? Because it is based on a true story of his life. It was Catch Me If You Can was Frank Abagnale Jr.'s autobiography, and it was made into a movie and then a musical. So Frank was a young boy when he ran away from home, some home troubles, and he started printing off some bad checks and becoming a master con artist and forger, impersonating a pilot, a doctor, a lawyer, and not included in the musical, a professor for a couple years, before eventually being arrested and working for the FBI, which he does now.
Oh, okay. And it's called Catch Me If You Can because you've got Carl trying to catch Frank pretty much the whole musical.
Yep.
Dexter, tell us a bit more about that character.
Carl Hanratty, he is middle-aged, very tired, very stressed detective for the FBI who, I suppose, thirsts for justice. He hears about the Frank Abagnale case and starts chasing him all over the world because it's the one case he just can't get his hands on.
Okay. And you don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
You know, it almost sounded like you were going to give us a bit of a spoiler there at the end, but please don't do that. Tell us about it. So how many, Ryan, how many actors are in this, actors and actresses?
We've got a cast of around 25, varying roles, like from leads to just, we have something new this year at Merivale. We call it the Pick Chorus, where we have the dance team who dance and sing in all the numbers, but we also have, for more of an amplified sound in the choral numbers, we have a group of also talented featured actors who are off stage in another pit beside the opposite of the pit band, where they sing the harmonies for all the songs.
Okay. So you'll have a lot of people in this production.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other people behind the scenes too, with the band and the tech, hair and makeup, costumes, who've been working for months on all of their crews.
So Dexter, I'm guessing that this is the final production of the school year?
For this school year, yes.
For the school year, yes. So how long then? What's the whole process? Like, when did we start auditioning until opening night, which is on the 20th?
When did we start auditioning? It was November, right? November we started auditions, and a few weeks soon after we got all the, it was announced who was getting what roles, and then from then on it was basically straight away learning our lines, getting together.
Yeah.
The rehearsal process was very unique this year as well, because the school, to minimize the stress levels that the musical can sometimes entail, they had the auditions in November and then no rehearsals for 2 months, where we were supposed to learn all of our lines and our songs listening to the original Broadway cast. And then we moved right into just blocking the scenes and dances and vocals just in a very constrained manner that so all of the teachers kind of had heads up that members of the musical, it would be kind of a stressful time right now. My teachers are understanding.
So the green room now, I'm sort of forgetting who I asked this to, but was it you, Ryan, that said you haven't seen the movie?
No, that was me.
Okay, so Dexter, you haven't seen the movie,
I have not.
And Ryan, you have seen the movie.
Yeah.
So you do know the big shoes to fill with Leo DiCaprio, and Dexter, you don't know the big shoes to fill with Tom Hanks.
I've heard the legends.
Okay, so is it something that you want to see? I mean, do you want to see the movie, like maybe the day before, or are you waiting until
I would like to see the movie. I might wait until after we've done our show. I like the idea of watching it, and I think it would be a fun movie to watch, but I'd kind of like to keep the Carl Hanratty role kind of distilled within myself for now, before I go watching Tom Hanks. I don't know if that'll affect my performance in any way, but I don't want to take any chances.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I respect that too, because whenever you have an iconic legendary actor playing a role, and you watch it, and then you play the role, you sometimes feel. So is that how you're feeling as well? That you're kind of wishing you didn't see it, or?
Well, I'm happy that I saw it because the motivation was pretty clear for the character, and in the musical, because you're adding all these songs and things like that, it's kind of harder to tell what is making Frank do what he does. And I watched the original Frank Abagnale Jr. talk about his life for a 3-hour segment on YouTube, and also the movie, and the similarities between the actual character and Leo's portrayal are strikingly similar.
Really? Good.
And so watching the movie, I am definitely doing it my own way. The original actor, Aaron Tveit, on Broadway, he played the character a bit differently, more smiley than like serious, and I'm taking it. There are these moments of like charmingness and like, oh, look at me, I'm this master con artist and thief, but I really want to bring it down, like, and touch people's like emotions rather than just like make more of it like jovial, like this regular musical.
I get you, for sure. Dexter, what's your favorite part of this whole musical?
My favorite part, Carl Hanratty has one of the big songs in the musical called Don't Break the Rules, which is him singing about the one thing he's passionate about, justice, and how everything should be in order.
Yeah.
And it's this absolutely great, big, energetic thing. It's his biggest moment. It's just a whole lot of fun for him and for me, by extension.
Yeah. And you guys are pretty excited for opening night, April 20th, I can imagine.
Yeah. Got a lot of family coming and friends, and this will mark the beginning of the end for me of my high school musicals career.
Yeah. And Dexter's going to keep that torch going next year, right?
Oh, yeah.
I sure will.
All right. So we've got 3 performances, the 20th, 21st, 22nd. Where's the best place to get tickets?
You can email our director at Cynthia Wood at OCDSB, or call the school.
Yeah.
And you can, it's reserved seating, so one of the administrators will help you there. Or if you want to take the trek out to Merivale Road, in between 10:45 and 11:35 is our lunch hour, and we sell tickets every lunch in the foyer.
Just give yourself an extra 2 hours, because that's Merivale Road, right?
Yeah.
Catch me if you can at Merivale High School, April 22nd. Thank you, Ryan and Dexter, and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Coming up on Daytime, Darkness into Light Ottawa. Very important event coming. We've got details next.